Hello, good morning, students. In the last lecture, we had studied Introduction to this Basic Principles chapter, that is, the first chapter given in the organic chemistry part. In the organic chemistry, I had already told you that we will study mainly carbon and its compounds. So we know when atoms of an element, they combine with each other, they form molecules. And the structural formula of these molecules we can represent in a different way. And that is the point that we will study today, how structural representation of organic molecules is done. So first question given under this point is draw structural formula of ethane. So how this structural formula of ethane can be drawn? So we know ethane is the second member of homologous series of alkane. The molecular formula of ethane is C2H6. Here there is a carbon-carbon single bond and each carbon is bonded with 3 hydrogen. So in short, CH3 single bond CH3. That is the structural formula of ethane. Here in this formula, we can show carbon hydrogen bond separately also. So each carbon forms maximum 4 bonds. One bond of carbon is with other carbon atom and remaining 3 bonds with hydrogen atom. So like this, there are 4 bonds with each carbon and the molecule is CH3 single bond CH3. In this way, the structural formula of ethane can be drawn. Then draw electron dot structure of propane. So all these questions are based on previous knowledge. So if you know how to draw this electron dot structure that we will study in this chapter again, that is, while showing this structure, that is structure for electron dot formula for the ethane or propane, we will show here first, suppose hydrogen atom, then one bond is made up of 2 electrons. This can be shown as a 2 dots, and then there is a carbon atom like this. So we can show this hydrogen, then 2 dots and carbon. So this indicates a single bond between hydrogen and carbon, and that is made up of 2 electrons, that is called as a electron dot structure for the carbon and hydrogen. So in this way we can draw this electron dot structure for different alkanes like methane, ethane, propane. Like this different alkanes we can draw easily this structural formula as well as electron dot structure. Now we will study how to draw this structural formula and electron dot structure in detail in the next part in the same point. So in the 10th standard you had studied how to write structural formula and electron dot structure for the hydrocarbon. The structural formula of molecule that shows all constituent atoms denoted with their symbols, and all bonds, covalent bonds, are represented with the dash. Mutually bonded atoms, for example, structural formula of methane. We know methane is alkane having molecular formula CH4. The structural formula of methane can be drawn like this. At the center there is one carbon. This carbon is bonded with 4 hydrogen, that is with a single bond. This carbon is bonded with hydrogen with single bonds, and that is a covalent bond. And this formula of methane is called as a structural formula of methane. It shows the arrangement of carbon and hydrogen atoms present in the methane molecule, that is called as a structural formula. Same structural formula can be written in the form of electron dot structure. As I had already told you that how to draw this electron dot structure. For that purpose, I will show here there is a hydrogen. Then between hydrogen and carbon, there are 2 electrons. This 2 electron indicates the presence of single bond. So between carbon and hydrogen, there are 2 electrons that indicates the single bond. So like this, in this structure, so between carbon and one hydrogen, there are 2 electrons. Similarly, between second carbon and hydrogen, third carbon hydrogen bond, fourth carbon hydrogen bond, there are 2 electrons each. So this is electron dot structure for the methane molecule. So instead of this covalent bond, we can show each covalent bond with the help of 2 dots, and these 2 dots indicates a single covalent bond between these constituent atoms. So in the electron dot structure of molecules, the valence electrons of all the atoms are shown as a dot around them, and 2 dots drawn in between the 2 atoms that indicates the one covalent bond. So 2 dots means 2 electrons that forms a single bond, single covalent bond. So for example, this is a electron dot structure of methane molecule. Then the electron dot structure, it is also called as a Lewis structure. So Lewis is the name of scientist who had given first time how to draw this dot structure, and that is therefore called as a Lewis structure. And if instead of this dot as a electron, we can show as a single covalent bond, that is also called as a dash, then that formula is called as a dash formula. Previous formula of methane we had studied, this is called as a dash formula, and the formula given below here, it is called as a electron dot structure. And the simplified Lewis formula, the chemists have developed some more ways to represent organic molecules for fulfilling the specific requirements. So first type of formula, that is called as a condensed formula. Condensed formula. So what is this condensed formula? So if a molecule can be written as a long chain of carbon atoms, then this chain can be condensed, and this number of carbon atoms or methylene group present in the that can be shown in bracket, and the subscript written for that bracket, this type of formula is called as a condensed formula. The complete structural formula can be further simplified by hiding some or all the covalent bonds and indicating the number of identical groups attached to atom by subscript. The resulting formula of compound is known as condensed formula. The condensed formula of ethane can be written as the CH3 single bond CH3 can be written as CH3 CH3. That is a condensed form. I will show more examples how to write condensed formula. So here it is a dash formula is CH3 CH2 CH2 CH3. This is a 4 carbon containing alkane. So middle carbon atoms are, it is at the left hand side there is one CH3 group, and at the right side there is a CH3 group, and middle groups are CH2 and CH2. So at the middle position there is a CH2 and CH2 groups, that is a 2 times. So that can be written in bracket, and the subscript is written, that is a number, how many times this type of groups are present. So this is a structural formula, that is a dash formula. Condensed formula can be written as CH3 CH2 2 times CH3, means similar groups are written in bracket, and for that bracket the number of times that group present in that molecule, that is represented with subscript. Here one more condensed formula can be written as, so instead of writing this separate carbon and hydrogen, we can write it is in the condensed form as CH3 CH2 CH2 CH3, like this. So this is one of the way to write the condensed formula of different molecules. I will give here one more example how to show this condensed formula for a molecule containing this carbon, then hydrogen 3 times, then single bond CH2, then single bond CH2, again single bond CH2, again there is a single bond CH2, and again I will write one more single bond with CH2, and there is again single bond with CH3. So here CH3 CH2 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 CH3. How many carbon atoms present in the long chain? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So at the left hand side there is a CH3 group, at right side there is again CH3. In between there are 5 CH2 groups. There are 5 CH2 groups. So condensed formula for the same molecule can be written, and I will show how to write this condensed formula for the same molecule. It is CH3, then in bracket it is CH2 CH2, then complete the bracket. How many times CH2 are there? 5 times, and then again there is a CH3. So CH3. So this is a condensed formula for the same molecule CH3 CH2 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 CH3. So this is one of the way how to write the condensed formula for given organic molecule. So that is about how to write condensed formula. Thank you.